Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back, everyone. Till now, we have seen passport for using authentication mechanism. After passport, uh, within passport, we have saved our information into different sessions. For every user, we have created a session, and that session information will be saved on server side and also on client side. That mechanism has some pros and cons. We will see it also, the cookie way out, and we can see another mechanism which is more efficient, that is JWT, JSON Web Token, which we will study in this lecture. Our course of action will be an introduction to our content, to JWT, then the cookie based and token based storage of information. Then we will see JSON Web Token, how to use JSON, when to use JSON Web Token, and what is the structure of JSON Web Token. And we will see how to implement pros and cons, and then we will see how to implement it using with the passport and without passport. We will see the mechanism. So let's start. We have seen the authentication part using passport. Ways to validate after one time, after first time, when we have validated, when we have authenticated the user, no successive request from that user will be validated either using cookie based mechanism or token based mechanism. Either the user will send a token or a cookie. A cookie are stateful mechanism, so in our rest server, that will be difficult to handle the states of the server. Cookies are stateful, as we have discussed before. An authentication record or session must be maintained. Server needs to keep track of active session in the database, in the file, or into whatever it want to store in Redis or etc. Every request is accompanied by a cookie. Whenever the user makes a request, the server validates the cookie and session ID. Basic flow using cookie authentication is as we have discussed. In token based authentication, there is a statelessness. Server does not keep a record of which users are logged in. After logging in, the server will provide a token. If in subsequent request, user will provide that token and server will validate that token, the request will be entertained. Else, user will be requested to re-log in. Instead, every request to the server is accompanied by a token, which the server uses to verify the authenticity of the user. If we want to see the basic flow, we can see first the user browser will send a username and password. We will authenticate that username and password using passport or without passport. We can use passport for this, or we can use a simple mechanism of username, basic authentication mechanism here. After using the mechanism, whatever we want to do, we will provide back a JWT token to end user, to our browser application. Browser will save the token and will resend whenever the next request it will send. It will add authorization bearer token, and server will validate that token. If the token is okay, the request will be fulfilled by our route. If that token is not okay, has expired or some other issues, so the authentication server will not move the request to our route. So this is the way out with which the tokens, JSON Web Token or other tokens work. Why token based authentication? Session authentication becomes a problem when we need stateless servers and scalability. So at that moment, moreover, there are the issues with the mobile application platform. They find it hard to save the cookies and session information into the mobiles. So in that case, it is difficult to implement sessions for the mobile application. Same, sharing authentication with other application is also not feasible in that case, if you don't have any statelessness mechanism involved. Course problem will be solved using the JWT. Same the CSRF cross-site request forgery cannot be done. Hence, the token-based authentication mechanism is far better uh, than the cookie-based authentication. Keep in mind, this authentication don't intermingle it with the passports thing. Passport is your authentication of username and password, and after that the server will provide you an information that will identify you further on. So that information can be in shape of cookies or can be in shape of tokens. What are JSON Web Token? These are open standards, compact means of representing claims to be transferred between two parties. These are encoded as a JSON object, and it has a signature side, it has a payload, it has been encrypted and digitally signed. It is self-verifiable encoded string, so that is workable on mobile as well as our modern web technologies. The fact it is stateless removes the maintenance efforts that we need to put for the authentication and authorization tool on our server side. It is also the replacement of cookies and sessions, etc. So compact and self-contained. It can be used in Node.js, it can be used in your Django server, Python or Ruby, any REST server. You can use the JSON Web Tokens. So it can be used first for the authentication, or you can use it just for the secure communication also. JSON Web Tokens are encrypted or signed, digitally signed, and it contains the same public private key pairs. So you can transmit sensitive information using JSON Web Token also. There are other tokens also, that just like simple web tokens SWT, or simple assertion markup language SAML. These are also tokens, but it is far better than these tokens. So JWT is because JSON is more standardized, and it has a capability and scalability with it, so it is JWT are widely used. It is secure and it can be used with the common parser, so uh, it is easy to handle JWT in your application, and it is more secure to you also. What is the structure of JWT? JWT contains three parts: the header part, payload part, and the signature part. Header contains the type of token, the hash algorithm with which the things will be hashed. Payload contains the claims, public, private, and reserved. Whatever the information you want to send, that will be the part of your payload. And the signature. If we see, header contain the algorithm HS256 will be used, and type is the JWT. That will be the part of header. Then the common claims or payload, it can contain the issuer, subject, audience, expiration time, not before, issued at, JWT ID, and so on. It contains multiple things. It can contain multiple things. This is just an example of your payload data, which contains name, admin, and other information, whatever you want to transfer with your JWT to the server side or the client side. Verify signature. This is the basically encoding scheme with which it handles the its encryption. So this is what JWT token looks like. Header, payload, and signature. These information will be converted and hashed, and the string that will be provided back to you by the server will look like just like this. It has two dots in it. This is the header part, payload pass, and the signature part. So this is what JWT, a JSON Web Token, look like on your browser or into your local storage. In JWT, a token is encoded from a data payload using a secret. That token is passed to the client. Whenever the client sends that token along with the request, the server validates it and sends back to the response. So a token is passed to the client, and that will be saved into that local memory in the local storage of the client, and it will be passed back to the server whenever the client sends a request. The server will validate that token and send back the response. If the token will be validated, the request will be fulfilled, else error response will be generated. This is the mechanism. Client sends the request, server validate the request using passport or whatever the strategy you want to implement, and provided the JWT or the error part, or the JWT token or error to the client. Now the client will store that JWT into its local memory, and will send that JWT as a header information. The server side will validate that JWT token and response. If the token is right, it will respond the request, whatever the request is. And if the token is wrong, it will provide the error message to the end user. This is the mechanism with which JWT works. This is the same what I have explained to you. User request, authentication server, it provides the JWT, it requests whatever it want to get with the JWT, it will be authenticated and will be provided to the client by it. Whenever the user wants to access a protected route, it should send the JWT, typically in authorization header using the bearer schema. This is a technique with which the request is sent. You will set the header authorization, and the information will be written as authorization colon bearer is the keyword, and the token which the server has provided to you. This will be sent to the server from the client. Authorization colon the word of the bearer and the complete token with it. This information will be decoded by the server and will be used to verify either the token is okay or not expired. If the token is okay, the request will be provided, whatever it is, like it, if it is requested for slash profile, the slash profile will be returned. If the token is wrong, slash profile will not be accessed, and the server will respond with illegal request or unauthorized access. The cons: data overhead and security if whole platform will be compromised if the secret key is leaked. So it is important to keep the your secret key into a safe custody, so that it should not be leaked and it should not be accessed by someone without any authorization. Now we will start JSON web token, how to implement it. It will be the next part of our application. Thank you.